Before I start today, I would like to say thank you everyone who has been able to subscribe to my channel, has been able to watch these videos and share with others. It means a lot for me. It gives me another energy to keep making these videos, and I see a lot of comments. I get my time to answer those comments. It makes me a little bit happy and motivated to even make more videos and keep asking, sharing the topics you want me to keep talking. I'll be able to answer those kind of things. Yeah. So today I have one question from this question I've been receiving from many people, and I've been receiving not just this year, I've been receiving for over 8-10 years now. The question usually is someone is asking me, oh, so Ernest, can you help me to get a job in the US? Or can you send me the link of some companies which they hire some people? How can I get this one? So in the end, I have to answer this kind of question and explain how it works. So the question overall will be, can you get jobs in US while you still live in Asia or Africa or Latin America? Can you be able to get those kind of jobs? The answer overall is no, but there is yes in it. So it's yes and no. No in a big part, yes in a tiny part. Why and how? That's a good part to discuss. And this is happening mostly about US jobs and Canada jobs. So I'll talk more about US, but the same principles will apply to Canada. The same principles will apply to Europe, because all these first world countries, they have more or less the same or similar principles. Overall, you have to know there is a very big difference between Western countries, first world countries, and Middle East countries. Middle East countries like Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Oman, it is easier to get a job. Even you want to do a security and non-skilled jobs, they'll give you the working visa to go there, to work in security, to work in the mall, to work in the let's say nanny, maid. They can give you all those kind of visas. It's easy to get those visas, and the work permit, they will give you that. But you cannot just get working permit for unskilled jobs, non-skilled jobs in Western countries. I'll give explanation when I'm talking about maid specifically. I'll give that explanation. But overall, you cannot just jump from wherever you are. Let's say you're in Mozambique or you're in Nepal. You just want to come to America. Say, okay, I will go to Walmart website and then I will apply and I'll go to work into Walmart as cashier. No, they don't give you jobs that way. No. The reason being is when a company decides to employ a foreigner who is not a US citizen, someone came here, is not a green card holder, that means doesn't have working permit and doesn't have a working visa, doesn't have at that time. So if we want to employ someone, obviously you have to prove that person has working permit. But so the person lives outside of US, means that person doesn't have working permit, obviously. Has never been to America before. So the person doesn't have a working permit. So if doesn't have a working permit, how can you employ that person? So the department, a company, let's say is a Walmart or is a Target or whatever the company A, that company is supposed to apply to the Department of Labor that we are going to hire John Adam from South of Sudan to come to work here on this kind of job. So it's the responsibility of that company to explain why are you going to hire someone outside of America, why there are over 400 million people in America. What kind of skill sets this person has, majority of Americans, green card holders, or other people with working permit, they don't have here. You need to show that proof. For that case, you cannot say, I'm going to bring someone to work in the strawberries pick up the strawberries while we have so many people can be able to do here. And we have machine too. So that is the difficult part. How are you going to prove for unskilled jobs to work in the farms, to work in the supermarket, to work in security? You can't. So 99% of jobs of unskilled, you cannot get that one. And the rest, they can give, if the company is able to prove why they are going to hire someone from overseas, they will give what they call H1B or H1 visa. That's why you'll see a lot of people from India, they're in US under working visa. They don't come here just to work into like technician. They are very educated with high experience to come to work into the tech industry. So you must have certain skill sets. Not everybody has. You can get that one. I know some people, they have been able to get working visa to come to teach Swahili or teaching other languages in America, because how many times you can get people with a PhD who are able to speak maybe certain language from Africa, and they're already teachers. So sometimes there are those kind of situations where you need to bring someone from another country. And then there are people already in the country here. For instance, you cannot say you're going to hire someone who can speak Swahili and a degree. I'm already in the US, so you still get competition from the people with the same skill set, but they're already here. But in the end, that's why it's difficult. So don't get scammed by these companies online. They tell you, okay, we have this kind of jobs. We have security, we have farming, we have this one, the forklifting, whatever, working at the warehouse. The salary will be $4,000 US per month. That's a lot of money. Remember, you get that one is a very professional job. So how can you give someone $4,000 just to work in the farm or to work in the supermarket? Is he going to be a CEO or something? No. So those are the things you have to be cautious before you get scammed. Don't pay anybody is going to work as agent to give you a job for US, for Canada, and especially for unskilled labor. Skilled labor, that you can have a different situation. There are certain situations you can get those kind of jobs, but overall non-skilled jobs, never. That's why I emphasize to people, I tell people all the time, if you want to get these kind of jobs, the best way, apply as a student, come as a student, go in your country, make sure that you have bachelor degree with good results. Come here with your bachelor to do masters, or come with masters, do PhD. That means after finishing, you are going to be given opportunity to work. You are given working permit to start working. Because if you apply a job online, you are in Nigeria, you are in Senegal, you are in Mozambique, you are in Zimbabwe, you apply online, they only take someone with already working permit. And all the jobs they will write at the bottom, if you read the fine print, they will tell you this company doesn't sponsor H1 visa or doesn't provide sponsorship. Means they don't give you that working visa. So even if you are here, don't waste the time when you read those disclaimer words that we don't sponsor. That means they don't give anything. They will take someone who has a working permit already. And also it is very expensive process. The company has to pay process for the working visa to get you here. Why should I use money to bring you here while I can get someone also, a lot of people with the same skill set over here? So you say I bring you here to come to work as gardener, while I can use some gardeners who are already here. So that's the reason. The companies don't want to spend any money and invest in you. So let me talk about the maid or working as a nanny. Nanny, maid, wherever people who are supporting one another at home, those ones that can get the visa. But to get the visa is because you can justify. For instance, for me, I'm from Africa. I speak Swahili. I can justify I want to hire someone from Africa because I want my kids to be raised by African or African culture. So to have a maid who can speak Swahili from my country will be able to help on these kind of areas, which will be justifiable. They will accept that. But there is a contract to have a maid, to bring someone. A contract will be very clear. No one will be paid less than 1,200 per month. That's the condition, number one. So don't bring someone maid from over there. So, oh, you can give me $100, it will be okay. No. It's a law. You have to pay at least 1,200, 1,200 per month. Secondly, you have to provide health insurance. You have to provide accommodation. You have to provide all those items. And you cannot just tell someone to work 15 hours, whatever, non-stop. No. You remember like how in Africa you can have a maid and they can work like 20 hours per day. No. You cannot do that way here. And if you pay less than that, you are going to be, if someone goes to court, you are going to be having much difficult time, because that will be practicing modern day slavery. And that is a very serious crime in the US. Minimum 3 years in jail, no question asked. So, how many people are able to bring a maid? Better I can just say, why should I bring you here while I can get someone to daycare, they can have my kid, and I don't need to pay health insurance, I don't need to pay for housing, I don't need to pay for all those other things like I'll just pay them money, it's over. Because if I take my kid on daycare, will be there for at least 1,500, 1,500, but I don't need to pay for housing, I don't need to pay for health, I don't need to pay for food for you to eat. But if you bring a maid, there are certain situations where it will be difficult. Some people, they do that, and they end up like bringing someone, and they don't pay exactly the amount. Oh, I'll pay you 500 or 300. But in the end, if someone decides to go to court, to the police, wherever something comes up, you are going to be in so much trouble. So companies don't sponsor people for non-skilled jobs for H1 visa, because the government will not provide a visa for non-skilled, unless otherwise it's made for those kind of conditions where majority of people will not be able to afford that one. So my overall advice is, be careful. There are so many fraud websites. Don't be scammed. Don't be too much desperate. You didn't finish even standard 7. You are thinking that you can just get a job by paying someone $200 and someone will give you a job of $2,000, $4,000 US. No. Even people here, they are struggling to get those kind of jobs. And you tell me that it would be just easy to come here and just do those kind of jobs. No. Doesn't work that way, and it is impossible to pull it off. So overall, I can say it is almost impossible to get a job while you're in Africa to come to work directly in the US or Canada or in Europe, unless otherwise it is a skilled job. And that skilled job, you have to provide special skill sets to prove that majority of people in that country cannot be able to do. So don't come, I'm a graduate of political science or sociology, and you assume that you are going just to get a job like that way. If you're a medical doctor, they can just see about that. You are maybe nuclear scientist, you will be okay. There are certain skills they might be okay to do that, but not just the common one. Oh, I studied human resources. So what? Human resources? How is that so special? Yeah, so those are the things you need to consider when you are looking for jobs. But I advise people, if you have a degree, you are better to get scholarship is higher than getting a job directly in US. So the answer to the question, can you get jobs in US and Canada or in Europe while you still live in Asia and Africa? The overall answer is no, but there is a slight yes for special skilled jobs. For working visa, you can get certain kind of sponsorship, but it's extremely processy, which involves the Department of Labor or Ministry of Work or Department of Ministry of Work related to work for other countries in Europe. I don't know how do they call. In the US, it's called the Department of Labor. So that's how you can be able to get the jobs. But overall, don't waste your time. Just hopefully apply for the green card lottery. If you know for sure don't have a skill set, maybe you can win. You never know. If you win, you come here and you can work, you can do your job, and you'll be fine. So thank you so much. Share with anyone who has been looking for these kind of jobs or opportunities to relocate or to immigrate to another country, especially in Europe, Canada, US, and Australia, New Zealand. So thank you so much, everyone. Have a nice day. Remember to share the video to your friends, family, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram. Just share to anybody